In court, the alleged Buffalo supermarket shooter faces a judge. What a victim's family member had to say to him in the courtroom.
It'll be much nicer overnight compared to how the day started. What to expect by morning.
And want to dine like a real housewife? New York Live checks out 2 New Jersey restaurants featured on the Bravo hit with an appearance by one very special guest. Hey, what's up? It's your girl Kay Ingram here, and this is News 4 Now for Thursday, May 19th. Now, first up, the alleged Buffalo shooter is sitting in a jail cell right now after making his second appearance before a judge.
Peyton, you're a coward!
A family member of a victim yelling, "You're a coward," to Peyton Gendron. A judge remanded him. That means that he'll remain behind bars without bail until his next court appearance June 9th. Police say Gendron had a clear intention in Buffalo to kill black people. The 18-year-old has already pleaded not guilty to first-degree murder charges in the shooting at Tops grocery store Saturday that killed 10 innocent people, wounding 3. 11 of the victims were black. He passed a background check to purchase the weapon despite undergoing a mental health evaluation last year for a perceived threat that he was never charged for. His social media presence is becoming the focus after he live-streamed the violence and posted a manifesto online. Also new, an EMT is recovering today after being shot by a patient inside an ambulance on Staten Island. Police say 37-year-old Thomas McCauley appeared to be drunk in front of a bar on Forest Avenue Wednesday night. They say when EMTs arrived to pick him up a little after 7:30 p.m., he lost consciousness. As the ambulance was on the way to a hospital, police say McCauley woke up and opened fire, striking the 25-year-old EMT in the shoulder. Luckily, though, he's expected to be okay. And school officials are looking into a new racist incident between 2 Rockland County rivals. According to Nyack School Superintendent, this time the racist behavior was directed at one of its track teams. Meanwhile, over in Pearl River, its superintendent is acknowledging students there made anti-black statements toward Nyack students during scheduled sporting events this month. In a letter about the incidents, he says the racism has, quote, led to serious consequences for those responsible. The revelation follows a February incident involving the same schools. Video on social media captured Pearl River students making monkey noises, taunting black basketball players from Nyack. That then led to Section 1 sanctioning Pearl River High. And more than a month ago, Pearl River's Board of Education adopted a new policy on diversity, equity, and inclusion, DEI, which calls for an equity task force.
Hi there, I'm Storm Team 4 meteorologist Marie LaRosa, and a mess of a morning is going to end up being a really pleasant evening. Cloud cover, not much of it, especially later in the evening. Temperature-wise, after topping out in the upper 60s, we hang on to that a little bit longer, and then it's the low 60s by 11 o'clock, mostly clear skies, where we may get an interruption in that picture-perfect evening. North and west of the city, a chance for a spotty shower, maybe a rumble of thunder, that should be it. And then starting off with mainly clear skies tomorrow morning, temperatures mild. 58 for the low in the city, 50s from Islip and Belmar, Newark as well. North and west, some areas dipping into the 40s, so a little bit of a chillier start. Liberty, Claryville, Woodridge, all into the mid and upper 40s for lows. Newburgh to Peekskill, starting off in the mid 50s, on our way up back into the 70s.
Up next, I don't know if you're a fan of the Real Housewives like I am, but if you didn't know, they serve up way more than just drama. In fact, there are 2 eateries in New Jersey that have been featured on the show. So New York Live paid a visit to them and even caught up with a special guest along the way. Check it out.
If you can see past the drama while watching The Real Housewives of New Jersey, you'll notice some swanky restaurants where so many iconic scenes unfold. So today I am taking you to 2 places that I discovered while watching. First up, we are here at Tavern 5 in Pompton Plains, which was seen in season 11, episode 4. Jackie made the reservation, everybody was here. She was working to squash the rumors about her and Evan. I was intrigued by the beautiful lawn. They were all sitting outside. It's going to be open when the weather is nicer. So I came for the atmosphere, but I'm going to stay for the food because look at all of this. Okay, first of all, we have shrimp tacos, the Tavern 5 burger that has avocado, chipotle aioli, Jim Beam wings, and chicken Bolognese, topped off with a very housewife-appropriate grapefruit squeeze. Next up, we are here at Sophia in Englewood, and I am hoping to run into one of my very favorite housewives.
Welcome to Sophia. Magnitude.
Yeah, it does. She'll have a mocktail. Me too. I think I will.
Passion
too.
fruit will be fine.
Perfect. Yeah, that's great.
Margaret, I am so excited to meet you here at a restaurant that we just saw on The Housewives. Talk to me about the scene, set it up.
Well, we're at Sophia, which I love this restaurant because it's close to my house. But Marcia and I came here to just have a nice little lunch. And of course, while we're here, allegations come out about Louis, unfortunately. And Mark Singer loves Teresa. And I love Teresa. But of course, we have to talk about it. They always are sending us to amazing restaurants all over the state of New Jersey. Sophia, it happens to be one of my favorites. And because they have a garden room, they have a front room, they have a DJ, and the food is great. I always get this Sophia salad. It has crab and shrimp, and it's delicious.
And then I can't stop looking at this ravioli. So can you give me a little tease of what's to come?
Teresa really feels that I am coming for her and Louis, and that's not the case. She goes off on me, and she has a fit at me, and at that point, you guys see her flip an entire table of food on me.
Again?
And so we waste a good meal. But I managed to eat my chicken, because you know I'm not gonna miss it.
Thank God. Cheers to that, and all of the drama all the time. Love it. Cheers.
All right, and finally, we've got a new video for you of an end to an hours-long standoff between police and a black bear. That's right, it had made itself its home in the branches of a tree in a neighbor's backyard. News 4's Ida Siegel is here with the story from Halden.
Oh my Lord.
It started as an afternoon stroll through this suburban community. The Halden police got a handful of calls about this curious bear weaving his way through the neighborhood. By the time the authorities arrived, the 17-month-old black bear ended up here, all the way up a tree in Pedro Rios's backyard.
They were tracking him all the way from a couple of blocks down, and that was around 5:30. I got home, he was on the tree.
Fish and wildlife officials needed to get him down, but his perch was a tricky one. They couldn't shoot a tranquilizer at him in the tree because of the fence below.
We would have tranquilized it while it was on top of the tree. Had it fallen, the bear could have been impaled. So we had to take a lot of things into consideration.
So they set up a trap on the ground and put donuts inside. A short while later, this yearling shimmied on down the tree. He never went for the donuts inside the trap, but he did walk around the backyard, giving Fish and Wildlife the perfect angle to fire the tranquilizer. One more shot, and he moped around, confused, climbing this fence, and eventually going to sleep. He fell down on the other side.
I was worried for him, really, because we were at a distance, and they were very patient.
They brought him outside to the street, sleeping soundly, and eventually he went into the trap. It was quite the spectacle, attracting all the neighbors. Cynthia Welslis lives next door. She is glad it's all over.
Well, I was kind of nervous because I normally go out at 4:30 in the morning, sit on the back, have coffee. I don't think I'll be having none tomorrow morning.
You don't want to share your coffee with the bears?
No, thank you.
And that 150-pound yearling is no longer a resident of the suburbs. He is now on his way back to the forest. It's mating season, after all. He has a lot more important work to do. Reporting from Halden, Ida Siegel, News 4, New York.
All right, friends, well, that's it for today's show. Thanks for checking in, and we'll see you back here tomorrow on News 4 Now. See ya.